We are the Master Traitors podcast. We are the Master Traitors podcast. Oh, man. Oh, my God. I cannot believe this show.
The finale.
What a finale. I am your snake daddy, your cheeseburger princess, your shit poster supreme, Matt Keck. Alongside me is the light of my life.
Paul, I may or may not have shit myself. Shields.
Yeah, damn right. You know, listen, there has been many times in my life where I've said that exact phrase, so I'm not gonna judge. But let me get down to it. If you are just joining us for the first time, welcome. This show is incredible. We're talking about The Traitors US Season 2, streaming on Peacock, and we're two comedians from Kansas City. And you might be like, so what do you know about murder mysteries or whatever? Well, listen, we play a game called Ultimate Werewolf. Ultimate Werewolf is basically a board game version of Traitors with a few different rules, but essentially it's the same idea. Your werewolves are your traitors, and we haven't just played this game. We've meticulously played this game across many states, with many friends, in many different types of drunken states, and we know all the ins and outs, all the strategies, how to read other players.
Four different drunken states.
At least four different drunken
Four states. And
I've
drunk.
been sober. I've been drunk. I've been high. I've been crunk. Listen.
I see you got some glass. Those glasses are pretty sweet.
Right? You are the light of my life, Polly. You're shining bright, and it just matches all of the purple I got on right
Whoa.
now. I'm a purpley boy. I'm taking it off. And you know, let's just get down to business. We start with Kate.
Let's get to it. So I guess
Kate.
we should probably say, because they dropped both.
Oh, yes, we did not. We are doing this. We're filming this and recording this before we have watched the reunion. So any drama that is to be seen, we have yet to spoil it. So we will be spoiling nothing from the reunion. This is simply finale talk. And we will be back in a couple of days to do a reunion episode, because I assume that one's just going to be a hoot and a half.
Yeah.
We're going to have a whole lot of fun with that. And we're
Freaking
old
Kevin.
men. We can't stay up this late, Peacock. We're so old. So we start the finale, the big one. Kate's the last traitor. She's alone in the tower, and we were talking about it, and, you know, I had the theory that if she could kill no one, that would be the perfect way to do
Right.
it. And it would have been, but I don't think that was probably an option.
Yeah, and I don't know that she even thought about doing that.
No,
after
of
watching this,
course.
at first I thought maybe that would be an option she would
Yeah.
do, but after watching this episode, I'm like, nah.
No, yeah,
She
she would have
wouldn't
never
even-
even
wouldn't even
considered.
have
She wasn't thinking
thought
that
about
far
it.
ahead, obviously, because she had just blown it with the whole
She
fit
let-
she threw at
She let
Phaedra.
Phaedra's deal get in her head, and
She
it
was big
blew
mad.
her an entire game, and it's...
And, I mean, she lays out what she's thinking when she goes in there. MJ has the shield, can't kill her. CT is the muscle. He's going to get all the money in the last challenge, which proves a little prophetic. And Sandra is who she has for suspicion. Makes sense. She's honestly playing it pretty smart. It's down to Trishelle or Sheree. And this is potentially the last thing that I am going to call a smart move by Kate in this game. But I agree with her choice. Sheree is the move. Sheree was the best way to try and throw the suspicion on who she's using as a suspicion decoy. That said, she also lost her numbers, or at least in her mind lost her numbers, but we do find out that Sheree was super fucking onto her when she reads that letter. She's like, no, I knew it was Kate. The way she reacted to Phaedra, Kate, you were gone.
Yeah, so keeping Sheree in there wouldn't have not have helped her.
No.
I was thinking if Sheree had possibly felt the same way as MJ, then she would have been okay, but
no, Sheree's not as easy to fool as MJ, unfortunately. Poor MJ gets taken for a ride over and over this whole season.
Oh, my goodness, MJ.
But she's the first one in at breakfast because she had the shield. And then CT comes in, and he's fucking jazzed, man. He's pumped. He's like, yeah, baby, I'm doing a game for the first time, baby. Stella got her groove back, he says.
CT got his groove
Fuck
back.
Yeah, I mean, incredible. And first of all, great reference, CT. Thank you so much for being a relic of our time. We love it so much.
That was almost my nickname.
Yeah, I honestly think that CT has rented Stella Gutter Groove back on VHS from a Blockbuster, and I have too, CT. So let's hang out. You know what?
I didn't see it at the theater, so yeah, I rented it from a Blockbuster. I'm sure.
I wonder if anyone on this show like trolls around and watches stuff like this, and we get a handful of listens. It'd be really funny if any of these people have listened to us talk mad shit on them this whole time. But
I guess maybe, probably.
Sorry, Ek and Sue, but you do suck. And
we do talk mad shit. Everybody,
not on everyone. Listen, CT, I
oh
want to
yeah,
be friends.
CT, we've been pretty
be friends. I
pretty
love
cool
you
with
so
CT
much.
the
And
whole
Phaedra,
time. We haven't said anything bad about CT.
No, I loved Phaedra. She didn't always play the best. There's a lot of people on this show I love.
Well, yeah.
Even Peter, I'd be good friends with Peter. I just criticize their gameplay. I just want to make sure, in case any of them listen and I run into them, that they don't try to beat my ass.
And before this episode, we talked up Below Deck Kate pretty good.
Yeah, she
John
played really well.
I guess actually we actually
kind of
really.
We don't shit too much.
Except Kevin.
Yeah, that's true. Kevin sucks. Kevin, listen, I'm never going to go out to lunch with you because you're going to eat with your fucking mouth open the whole time. I swear to God. But we're back at breakfast. Stella got her groove back. CT's very on to Kate because she showed her hand at the Phaedra thing. Kate comes in next. She just kind of rolls in, and then Sandra comes in with her ponchos.
Yeah, she's going around looking like the freaking High Plains drifter, freaking like a badass.
Yeah, looking like a freaking bounty hunter from the Wild
she's
West.
Freaking good, bad, and the ugly. She's freaking doesn't
she was
care.
She's there. Yeah. Unfor-fucking-given right here. And then Trishelle is the one who lives, like we say. Sheree dies. And so... Mm-hmm. Kate knows what her game is. Sheree was onto her, and so she's already immediately just starts Sandra.
Yep.
And I mean, that does feel like the way out.
Yeah, at this point, that
if you're
is
gonna
her
have
only
one.
way. I guess
if she hadn't fucked up with Phaedra, things would be different. She would have had more options.
Yeah, and I think she did it smart by going to MJ and having MJ really planting the seeds.
Definitely.
So it didn't look like her doing the planting. So that was smart, too.
And, I mean, even later she does a few moves that, like, confuse people. She clearly confused people in this game. And it almost worked, crazy enough. So, Alan's outfit. I gotta come in right here. This is where Alan's outfit comes in. What a finale. This man comes in, blue classic tartan suit, well-tailored, a nice light blue tie. He's got that little brooch with the gemstone on it. His glasses are nice. He's got a big blue throw blanket sash over his shoulder.
Dapper.
And just to slap on top of how incredible this is, I'm going to jump ahead to his finale outfit. While at the Fire of Truth, my man is wearing a full-on, oversized, bedazzled Snuggie.
Oh, yeah. It looks like the thing you put on the bottom of your Christmas tree.
It's incredible. It does. It looks exactly like a tree skirt. Let me just give you the 10s across the board. 5 out of 5 out of 5. I mean, get me this bedazzled tree skirt Snuggie.
I don't disagree.
Immediately. You win every beautiful sweater forget an ugly sweater contest. This is a beautiful sweater contest. All right, so we got to go to the game, right? Is that what happens next?
Yeah. I know CT and Trishelle do get together.
Yeah.
And they talk like, we're going to go to the end of this thing.
Yeah, we're together.
We're together. We got this. We know none of us are.
They're couple gamers.
Yeah. It's Kate we're getting out. That's the deal.
They've got their plan.
Agreed on the plan.
Trishelle even seemed like she was maybe going to get hooked on Kate's, but she was just playing Kate. She was just playing her. Went back to CT and was like, nope, it's Kate. We're going after Kate. Trishelle never swayed. I just want to throw that out there until, a little later, unfortunately. But that's because of other sways. She didn't sway.
Right.
So we get to do a fun little final challenge.
Oh, yeah, they come in with a helicopter. The helicopter come down. They bring a helicopter in. I thought Alan was going to get out like he did in Romeo and Michelle's high school reunion when he came in. But he didn't. I was disappointed about that.
That would have been pretty sick.
Yeah.
Black Hawk Down shows up in old Scotland. Our helicopter friends, they come in. I mean, I would love to go on a helicopter ride. This seems fun. They go across the island. And
helicopters are fun.
Have you been in one?
I've been in
Oh yeah, duh.
Tons of helicopter
You were in the
rides.
friggin' National Guard. You did
Yeah.
helicopter stuff. Duh.
Yeah.
I knew that. So they go across Scotland. They go to the cliffs, and they have to climb around and do all of these different challenges. They get 60 minutes. There's 3 challenges along the way, detours they can take to try and get money, flags.
Mm-hmm.
If they get all the flags, they get a bonus. If they get it everything, it'll be $50,000. Obviously, CT's going to immediately want a detour. Now, they make a rookie mistake. If you're ever doing any puzzles or you're ever doing any escape rooms, anytime there's any number, write it down. There was a huge.
Oh, yeah.
And he even admits that it was a rookie mistake when he goes back to get it.
Yeah.
Huge 4-digit number.
Yeah,
I noticed that first shot immediately was like, that's going to come back to haunt him because no one paid attention.
They don't just have numbers hanging around mountains.
No, and not in a specific font. Like that was a stencil that someone sprayed on there.
Yeah,
it's just like any escape room. If you see a 4-digit number, you're opening a lock with that. Just use it on every lock. You'll figure out which one it is. You don't have to read the next part of the puzzle.
Agreed. And freaking CT was they had him doing it all.
Yeah, he is a hoss in this thing.
Everything. Why did they not just split up?
Well, and they do, but then they didn't do the next
Oh, yeah, they split up, but they just go to the freaking...
They just
and
hung
sit
out.
at the pole.
Yeah,
they don't
just
go to
went
do
and
the...
hung out.
They don't go and try to do the other...
I want to talk about how...
They just wait till CD does everything.
So they do the first one's the lobster traps, and it takes a while. They reel them all in, but they finally get it. And, of course, it was the furthest one away, which for some reason is the last one they try. Regardless, they get it, and they get to the next one. They have no idea what the challenge even is, and Sandra's just like, nah, bro, I'm tired. I'm too fucking tired for this shit. The challenge was walking around a bog and finding something that got left on the ground. That was it. She could have walked there instead of up a hill.
In fact, she hinders them later on by going by. So CT's, they do this one where they got to swim through this cave to get to the one. So CT's going to get it. He's the only one doing these things. And then for some reason, Sandra's falling at him. I was like, why are you falling him? You're not going to help at all. You haven't done any helping this way. You're just going to anchor him down.
You couldn't stand in 2 inches of water. You're not going to swim.
And she didn't. And I was like, man, you guys should be splitting this up where one half of you go try to do one of the deals, well, the other half does the other.
That's the smartest way to do it.
We're just letting CT go here, having to look through everything, and then have CT run back to the dang beginning to get the dang number that they didn't write down, and then freaking wait till CT gets back up the hill. Yeah. So to do the next challenge.
CT did that challenge by himself in an hour.
The entire thing.
He even pulled up the freaking main sail at the end, which is when he says he shit himself. He's like, I'm pretty sure I probably shit myself.
Yeah.
Oh, my God.
I'm like,
he
what's happening
shit
here?
His pants. Like,
shouldn't below deck Kate be knowing how to freaking operate some main sails?
Would think
I mean,
so.
I don't know. I've not watched below deck, but I'm just assuming it's in her name.
They did bring up an interesting question during this challenge, and that is, can you throw up and pee at the same time? And I feel like the answer to that for me is not only can I often will. Like, it's the same, like, you know, you're getting that tug in the tummy. That's going to squeeze your bladder. You got too much Diet Coke up in your bladder. You're going to leak a little.
So
I'm just saying.
When he's pulling up the mainsail, is that when That's when he said he was going to do it?
He said he pretty sure he shit himself. Yep.
That's where you get the poop deck name from.
Yep, old poop deck CT. Below poop deck Kate. They only had 4 minutes left to raise the sails. They did get them all up with 9 seconds left. They had 9. Now, listen, I know, Paul, you can do an amazing job in 9 seconds. I do. I know that you can perform artwork in 9 seconds, but that's impressive. That's not much time. Patrick Mahomes could potentially win a game in that amount of time. I believe in him, but that's still hard. That's still tough. But it was
probably
worth
couldn't
it.
even count to 9 in 9 seconds, actually.
Yeah, no, I couldn't. I can't even count to 9 in more than 9 seconds. But at first I thought maybe going through all these detours was maybe a bad idea because they were running out of time. But honestly, I was like, all this for 5,000, is that really worth it? But that bonus for getting them all really did make it worth it. 50K. Yeah. Especially at the end, like the amount you get out of that, because there's not many people left. That's $208,100. That's the final pot. That's not bad. That's not bad.
Oh, that's pretty good.
Now, I will be honest. I have seen people on one episode of Wheel of Fortune win about half of this. Okay. I do think it is potentially...
And they didn't have to swim a freaking...
Yeah, I think it's potentially easier to solve a before and after crossword wheel challenge than potentially it is to climb up a hill.
It's tougher to get on Wheel of Fortune,
you think?
Probably.
Well, there's a lot more people on there, though. You got to be, like, famous to make it on the Traitors.
Well, yeah.
Yeah.
But
yeah,
there's famous people. If you're famous, you get on, right?
That's a good point.
There's
Celebrity Wheel of Fortune, though.
Kevin got on the damn thing.
That's true. Kevin was on there. Fuck. Okay, hold on. Let's take this moment right now to remind the producers that you let Kevin on this show, and you've given him a whole other show. Put us on Traitors. Put us on the Traitors Season 3. Or 4, if you've already done 3. Listen, I get that you film these things in advance. Put us on. We'll win. We'll make it entertaining.
Dominate.
We will. All these twists and turns, we'll plan those in our head, and we'll just fucking do it. You will not know what's coming. Put us on. Anyways.
Man, we'd get on there, and they'd be like, these guys talk so
much
shit.
They would immediately kill us. They would banish us, and they'd be like, who the fuck are these fucking guys? And I'd be like, hey, I don't know. Who the fuck are you, 30-Day Fiance or whoever you are?
Who's this Asian version of John Burkow that they brought in?
Did John Burkow and Kevin have a baby?
So, Lord.
So CT...
yeah, at this point in everything, Kate is fucked.
She feels very fucked. Everyone...
And I feel like she's very fucked. She is fucked.
I mean, everyone but MJ thinks it's Kate at this point.
Yeah.
And she kind of plays her hand really well here. She ends up alone in the car with CT. CT flat out accuses her, and she gets, like, overly offended, kind of throws it back at him a little bit, and it gave CT some doubt.
Yeah.
And this doubt was the only seed she needed to really almost vine her way to the end.
Man, anytime you get asked if you are the traitor, and that person does immediately say, I'm not a traitor, and they take it a while to respond, it's because they're trying to figure out what to say.
Yeah.
At this point.
Yeah. Yeah. Literally, you need to train yourself to answer no to that question.
Yeah.
Immediately.
I'm not a traitor.
Be ready to
That's all. That's the easiest thing to say.
Don't be shocked by being asked it, because being asked that question is the entire point of the game. You will be asked it, and you'll be asked it by people you care about if you have someone you care about in the game. Yep. But then...
Sheree asked Phaedra, and she's like, what? What are you talking about? Yeah, done. She's a traitor. CT asked Kate. She's like, wait a second. She's like, what? What? Say that again? Oh, we have to say it again now?
Like, what's that?
It seems like the most asked question in the game.
Hold on, I was daydreaming. I can't remember whether or not
And then I will not still say that I'm not the traitor.
Yeah, it's like when I walk in and I ask my dog who got into the garbage, and he looks around like, I don't know. Let's try and find the guy. It's fucking Tim Robinson in the hot dog outfit. We're all trying to figure out who did this. Sandra talks to Kate. Kate throws CT back at Sandra and says that CT was going to vote for her. Sandra does some double talk. She's still all in. She's all in. We got Trishelle, CT, and Sandra, who seem like they're teamed up, and they say they are going to vote Kate. That's what they say.
Right.
And then Kate starts talking to all of them, saying, oh, CT said he's going to vote for you. Oh, Sandra said she's going to vote for you. What's she going to vote for me? Well, that must mean she's a traitor. Oh, like she did the move where she didn't go to them. They kind of went to her, kind of. Yeah.
Like CT kind of was like, ask her, what you guys talking about type of thing.
Uh-huh.
Deal. It wasn't her. I mean,
Everybody
which is
telling you what you
the
want to
best-
hear.
best option when you're there.
Yeah.
Don't freaking go telling people the thing you want them to know. Let them come to you, and it makes them think that they figured it out.
Step
themselves.
into my
Yeah.
parlor, said the spider to the fly. It's classic. Let them come into the trap.
Yep.
And then next thing you know, you're feasting. You're feasting.
Yeah.
So listen, I have a hard time at this point following who's changing their mind about what.
Right. And then
because they are changing their minds back and forth. Their
Yeah.
allegiances are changing back and forth.
Kate comes in. Or Sandra comes in, and by the end of that discussion, she's like, "It's CT." I'm like, "What the fuck?"
But
CT?
then,
How
yeah,
you
I mean,
CT?
it's wild. And when we get to the final table, we just
Oh, my
see
goodness.
Kate is very good at talking.
Oh, she did a great job of defending herself.
She
'cause
really
that was the first
did.
question that came out. Is the way she was
About Phaedra.
right? How she reacted to that,
Mm-hmm.
and she did about the best she could have done
Honestly,
without being John Burkow.
I think yeah, no kidding. Yeah, without being a member of the best speeches from Parliament, sure. Beyond that, Sandra, great. Kate, like, her contrast to what Sandra said really is what I think does Sandra in here. Kate
Right.
did a really good job saying why she was friends with Phaedra, why she had aligned herself with the housewives, explained her things, and Sandra then says, well, yeah, I was friends with Phaedra and I wouldn't change anything. I knew one of them was a traitor, so I was just friends with the traitor. Yeah. I don't know that that's something I would just proudly start saying out of nowhere at the final table when I'm one step away from a big bag of money.
Yeah.
At this point, there's 5 of you. If you're all faithful, you're getting, what, $40,000? That's a lot of money. Why are you telling people you would not change the fact that you were hanging out with traitors if you knew they were traitors?
Right.
You didn't know they were traitors. We have the video. We have the confessions, Sandra. You had no clue who was traitors. You said Phaedra was
she was the
faithful
worst,
over
man.
and over.
The whole time when I had Sandra at the top of my list, and it was all because I was like, they're just gonna pull her along through. The traitors aren't gonna vote her out because she's not on the right track.
And apparently that was her plan, was to be dumb and be
guess.
friends with the traitors. That's at least what she pretends.
Yeah, I
Fucking remora fish. Swear to God.
well, CT's wearing that. Why is CT wearing this? Like he's a rabbi or something. That
Oh yeah, that little scarf thing.
Scarf thing.
Yeah, he was looking fancy. Kind of looked like Mr. Green from the old Clue games.
Yeah.
Only not green, but like the same kind of outfit, like an ascot. Is that an ascot?
I don't think so.
Oh, well, either way.
Ascots I think ascots are like tied around your
Oh,
neck, right? A little lighter.
oh, that makes sense.
I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know what they are. I just know it looked good,
How are you voting on Alan's costumes?
and I don't know what an ascot is. Listen, we have already been told we are far too straight for this. Please, in the comments, let me know what an ascot is. I need to know. Right now, I think it's a mascot without the M. So
With some cake.
after
A
Sandra,
mascot with some cake.
yeah,
Yeah, that ascot.
got that ascot. Bum 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 bum. I've seen Gritty shake that thing. So Sandra tells us about her traitor angels, and then CT immediately says, "I think maybe Sandra's a traitor." She
Yeah.
didn't see that coming. Didn't see it coming at all. And
And he was very
yeah,
not going to change his opinion, which made Trisselle change her deal.
she just
'Cause
doesn't. She
Said
starts
she was
going to
go with the
popular vote because she didn't want to
popular
get
vote.
screwed. I mean, she starts almost crying here. She doesn't know what to do. She starts freaking out. Sandra says that is Sandra the one that says Kate's outfit screams traitor?
I don't remember that.
It made me
Somebody
laugh.
said-
Yes, and Kate was like, thank you, which she's giving it away right there too. And she also says, I wish I would have been a traitor, but I'm not, which is a good play. I've used that one before. People know that I like to be deceiving, and so like I'll play the, oh man, I wish I want to do that, but it's a good move. Oh, Sandra said that too, didn't she? Didn't save her.
Nope.
Didn't save her ass.
So what do you? So do you think? Let's say you're.
Did they all
Tricel.
vote Sandra?
Well, yep, they all did
Yeah,
except for
Sandra. Yeah.
yeah.
Man.
If you were Tricel and you heard that, would you have switched your vote
No.
to what everybody else was? No. I mean, she didn't have her name was not anywhere in it,
Nope.
so she didn't have any fear of going away.
No.
She might as well have stuck
I would have stuck with my
strong
vote,
to her guns,
and then I would have confronted CT about it.
right. And then at the end of it, when that would have made her, when Sandra was said to be a faithful,
Mhm.
that would have made her even more believable as a not a
Oh, yeah.
traitor.
You completely solidify yourself.
yeah.
I feel like if Trishelle calls out CT on this while he's talking about Sandra, he may not have voted Sandra. He may have actually stuck to the plan, and they
Mhm.
might have gotten below deck Kate out. But she didn't say something here. She just went back, kind of freaked out, voted with the party, and our girl Sandra, one of our top picks,
Mhm.
she's out the door.
It might have been because when Tricel earlier, when she did speak up about stuff, she got a lot of shit for it.
Well, and she also was wrong a lot, and so maybe she's doubting herself a little. That happens too.
Mhm.
You start to doubt your instincts when you're wrong too much. They have to decide now, though. Do they end the game or do they banish? We got 4 left. We got
Mhm.
Kate, we got MJ, we got CT, and we got Trishelle, and we're going to the Fire of Truth.
And this is where it gets good.
I dare you
When I
to
say
dare
good,
me to walk
It gets to
through
me. I was like,
fire.
what the hell are these people doing?
Absolutely insane. So they get to go, and obviously at this point, people are going to assume Kate's traitor. I would think. At this point, she
I
threw it
assume
on
they did.
Sandra.
I assume they do. Yes.
Yeah. And so we get to see the little beanbags. They throw the little beanbags in with
Yes.
the color.
You get to
Green
vote whether you-
means
that-
don't kill.
Don't kill. Green means continue to. Green
In the
means
game.
we're going to end the game, and red means we're going to. I think there's a traitor still out there.
Yeah, kill.
We're going to still go. Yep.
Mhm.
And so each of them get to vote
Mm.
on that, whether or not they want to end
Now,
the game.
what do you
or
think about
keep going?
Kate's play here?
I think even MJ, if even MJ is saying, "Hey, there's a traitor out there because somebody
got
killed
murdered."
Sheree,"
Yes.
even if MJ's saying it, if MJ's realizing it,
Yes.
and I'm sorry, MJ, you're great.
No doubt. But
but-
you didn't catch on to stuff quickly.
you
didn't
were
catch
swayed
on.
very
Yeah.
easily, and
You're a sweetheart,
Yeah.
but that was also a downfall in some regards. But
there is no way you can vote to end the deal. 'cause
I don't
you're
think there's
just
a traitor anymore.
Yeah.
And it's like, actually, Kate, there for sure is. There is obviously factually a traitor. And
Yes.
so if you were not already
Gosh,
done
man.
throwing that green bean bag in, sealed her fate. She tried to act surprised when each one of them voted red, but how could she have been?
Maybe they should do like some.
She was a good sport.
Yeah, no, I thought she was gonna do great. I think the whole Phaedra thing just tossed
Screwed
her
her a
off
little
her
bit.
entire deal.
Yeah, she was expecting to go into being a traitor with people who were doing a good job, and she got there with someone who didn't know what to do next.
Right, and yeah,
Which sucks. Like you sign on to that hoping you get to sink your teeth in, and
maybe they should give these guys. Like,
You know what they
like
should do?
psych evaluations or something in the beginning to see,
that would help.
in the beginning to see where they would possibly go in different situations. So whether or not we're gonna have you be, I mean, because
who to put as so that way they can figure out who does it best.
Because they definitely messed with the entire.
Had to.
Their traders messed with their entire
plan.
The producer's entire plan. This whole game, and they kept them on their toes.
They had to keep writing new rules to keep new traders.
And they're like, dang. So
now, she like I said, she was a good sport. She says she wishes she could have stayed a faithful, which means she regrets that she chose the traitor position because now, while she's losing, was one reason, but another reason is because I think she really did kind of wish she could have stayed a traitor.
You faithful?
Yeah, faithful. I mean, yeah. I wish she could. I think she did.
She came in saying she wanted to be a traitor, but
yeah,
I guess.
Yeah, I think she just changed her mind as she was going. But even going to the fire, she said she wanted somebody to cry. Right. So, I mean, she was fun to watch, and I think that's it, right? She was hilarious, and she was even good at the end. She's like, they're gonna win some money, so you know what? Drinks on them. That's great. So we go back, and they get to do.
There's three of them.
Again, there's 3 left. We have MJ, we have CT, and we have Trishelle. And MJ, the sweetheart, throws in. Now we get a little wink from CT here towards Trishelle. Quick little wink. So I was like, are they going to do it? And I know for a fact, were the two of us in this situation, we would for sure kill the third person, even if we knew they were a faithful. Are you shitting me?
Oh yeah, if you have
we
three
have
people,
the numbers.
If there are 3 people, and you have it there, and if you're not best friends or something, even if you are, it doesn't really matter. You have 3 people, and you have to go down to 2, and you think they're faithfuls. You're not going to split with that third person.
No,
you need to get it down to 2 people. So you vote not.
And yes, agreed. Now it's funny because I called the way that MJ could have won here, and I think, but she didn't know what was coming. She didn't know what was coming. I think she just thought she was screwed from the beginning, and that's where she got caught up. But Trishelle throws in the red.
Yep.
CT throws in the red.
Yep.
MJ's caught off guard. I'm assuming at this point they made their plan. Trishelle and CT, they're cutting MJ. They're taking all the money for themselves.
Right.
Great, I get that.
She would have to assume that at this point.
Yeah. She's
they
like,
both are
we're
friggin-
screwed. I'm screwed. Yeah. But her only chance is she should know CT's not voting for Trishelle
and I wrote this down, too.
In any world.
Right.
So just write CT with the slimmest of slim hopes that Trishelle is doubting him after what happened at the other table with Sandra. Just with the slimmest of hopes. Write that down and hope that happens. Because guess what? Shocker of the fucking century. Trishelle votes CT here. And CT almost cries. Almost makes Below Deck Kate's wish come true. His eyes are watering up. He can't believe it. He voted MJ. So they all voted for each other in a circle, which means they got to vote again.
Yeah, you got to vote for the person that you think
the other person's going to vote for.
That someone, if you know someone is going to not vote for someone else, you got to go with the other direction because that's the only hope you have.
That's the only hope. And you probably are screwed, but there's still a smarter direction to lean. And it also takes you less time to write. And it is a lot less obvious who you're voting for.
Yeah. Right.
I was like, are you kidding me? Because they vote again, and she wrote Trishelle
but they got
again.
Yes, that was the time. I told Laura while I was watching this. So
what are you doing, girl?
So they did the whole talking, and they did the whole deal. And she's and MJ's just looking back and forth at them as they're
at no
pleading
point
their cases, and she's like, oh goodness. I'm like, look, Trishelle's already voted for CT.
Yeah.
And
at
CT's written your name down.
Well, yes.
Do not rewrite Trishelle.
And you erased it already.
Rewrite Trishelle. You have to vote for CT.
And I mean, it did. And this time, of course, it didn't matter.
It wouldn't have
because-
mattered.
Yeah, because Trishelle realized she had screwed up. CT won her back over. And I'm going to throw out my conspiracy theory here. And just remember, if this comes up in the reunion, I have not watched it yet. I think that this was all a little bit for show. I think that they risked it, and Trishelle and CT wanted to make it look like that they weren't trying to cut out MJ and be dastardly little sneaky snakes.
Well, it's definitely what they were talking. Because I saw it when you can tell on CT's face right when he's saying
he was gonna cut her out.
that he's like, we're voting out MJ. I don't think she's a traitor at all.
Yeah,
But I do not want to split this 3 ways.
yeah,
I could tell on his face. He just didn't want to say that. I
Yeah.
could tell.
and that's why
And
he
I
said
thought
it's not personal.
And I thought Trishelle was on the same plan as him.
I thought so too.
Until she like put
'Cause
his
they're
name down. I
gamers.
was like, what?
I know it was such a shocker.
I was like, what? Okay, she actually did have some. She actually had some doubts about CT. So I think CT, and that's when they redid it.
Yeah.
And he was just begging her,
Yeah.
like, look, I'm not gonna not. I'm going to write
Yes.
MJ's
He's
name
like,
down here every
listen,
single time.
yes.
So
Please.
Yes.
Please. Yeah. And they won. And honestly, it's so fucking booty.
because I think if they go there again and they vote, and they would have came out the same,
Yeah.
I think they would have had to split it 3 ways.
Oh, really?
I think so, because I don't think they would have
So
done
they
another
could have
time.
just not done. They could have just done her a solid. And,
They could have.
Yeah. And instead,
I mean, the CT didn't want to do that anyway.
no, of course he didn't.
No.
And it's poor MJ. It is booty. If the reason she got voted out was only because of their drama, that's booty. But if she got voted out because it was a play, like, great. It's
Oh,
a
yeah.
game. It's a game, and it's a
I-
play.
CD definitely out of play. I
Oh,
think
yeah.
Trishelle didn't realize it, but then she
Then
realized
she
it. She's like,
fell
oh,
into
yeah,
the
let's
play.
go to the
She was like, oh, I misread this. It was a play. Yeah.
But did
Uh,
Phil kind of good at the end when they both
Yeah,
won?
it was
They're both the
great.
freaking
He, like,
challenge
picked her
people.
up onto
and
the
he's
gold.
freaking just
and-
kissing Alan.
Oh yeah,
everywhere.
I mean, CT and
Yeah.
Trishelle just won Love Is Blind,
Mhm.
and they each got $104,000, $104,050. Excuse me. That 50 is gonna go a long way the next trip to Applebee's. Let me tell you that right now. Those Dollaritas, let's put them down now. I'm just kidding. But honestly, this show was incredible. It was so fun. Did either of us pick the right person to win?
Did you put CT at the top?
I did.
Okay.
I
You
think
did.
I picked the top
And I think you
two.
put 2 as I think you put
picked
Trishelle
as
2.
But my
So,
number 3 was Kate, so
Yeah.
that was wrong. That
Yeah.
should have been MJ.
I threw
but
Kate and I left Sandra at top and put CT at second.
yeah, I did
I just
CT
didn't-
Trishelle. I don't
didn't
know
switch 'em up.
why. Yeah. Well, this was great. It was so fun. Shout out to the Fantasy League. I'm not sure who has CT and Trishelle, but shout out. You just won. You
Yeah.
just won the league.
Mhm.
Shout out to everyone who's been listening. Everyone
Oh,
over in
yeah.
Narnia in the UK, John Burkhow's town. The people in Canada. There's quite a few Canadians.
Oh.
Yeah, what's up?
I-
And of course, Atlanta, Detroit, Washington D.C., New York, Los Angeles.
I will say as much
the big boys.
as these guys were not good at playing this game.
yeah,
They
they were entertaining. Though.
Yes.
The twists
Yeah.
and turns were wild. The fact that they weren't good kind of made it better a little
I
bit.
think so. You're just screaming
because-
at your TV.
yeah, you're just
and
like,
you're like,
"What?
What is?
Why did you
Why
do
are you
that?"
doing that?
But also, it's like every other game, right? It's so much easier to yell it from the couch. So much easier
Yeah.
to yell it from the couch. Put me in, coach. show me just how much shit I'm talking and how bad I am. I want to know. I'll slither up in that. This was fun, guys. Thank you for following the Master Traders podcast. We will be back with a reunion episode here in a couple of days. And then after that, we'll let you know what the next thing is. But for sure, what we're doing is you can follow along with us on our main podcast, and that is the Bottom Boys cast, where we get to the bottom of all of the most serious subjects. Everything from how did the donkey and dragon from Shrek procreate, to how can we get the pandas to procreate, to is it possible for a man and a woman to be friends without procreating? A lot of sex.
and then and cheese.
And and then also cheese.
We have a whole episode on cheese.
Also cheese and movies and
Death?
time travel and death.
Whole
And
death episode.
we get so deep. We get so deep into these bottoms. We dig
time
deep.
travel, airplane travel.
Yep, simulation theory. Yeah, I love that we did time travel, and then the oldest guest we have is like, let's go back to the aeroplane. Love you, Rod. But follow us on the Bottom Boys Cast. Follow us on social media at Arson Club KC. We're on TikTok. We're on Instagram. We're on Facebook. We're on Threads. We're on all of it. Follow along. And if you're in Kansas City, come check out a show. We're going to be at the Rhino March 8th, which is probably the day this drops.
Yep.
And then we are going to be back at the Rhino April 19th. I'll be filming my special. Until then, I don't know. Hope to see you on the interwebs, and we'll see you next season. And for the reunion episode, we're still doing that. So check it out. Leave us a rating. Leave us a comment. Much love. I am your Snake Daddy, your cheeseburger princess, your shit poster supreme Matt Keck, and alongside me is the light of my life,
Paul. Really, Sophie's Choice Shields.
Paul Sophie's Choice Shields, and I am Matt Terms of Endearment Keck saying Bottom Boys. Wait, nope, that's
no,
the
not
other
Bottom Boys
one.
in it.
Master Traders.
Master Trader! Master Traders!
I forgot to talk about Fergus painting the flamingo.